Hey everybody, it's Alexia from amysticspath, back with another pick a card reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Now, I know I usually do these readings on Thursdays, but tomorrow is our full moon in Aquarius, and that is a very big moon for me, so I will be really busy. But I know that so many of you gain so much from these readings that I didn't want you guys to miss out. And what we're looking at for this reading this week is what message do your spirit guides have for you directly. Now, when the slide with the cards come up, make sure that you pause and center yourself and really focus on what message do you need to hear right now in this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video so you guys can go ahead and do so. Okay, so for my group number ones, we get Scrying Mirror Shadow, the Queen of Wands, and Lofi. And what I'm really seeing within this is that you have really been concentrated on trying to figure out who you are underneath it all, who you are underneath all of the pain, who you are underneath even all of the happiness, who you are when you remove the crowd that is around you or remove your tribe, who you are to your authentic core. And you've been having a little bit of trouble pinpointing that. When we are looking at the Queen of Wands energy, she is very determined and she is very focused. She knows what it is that she's going after, and there's not going to be much that's going to be able to stop her. The Queen of Wands is often referred to the Mother of Dragons because she is so fiery and can be very dangerous when she is set on a path that she is very passionate about and that is led by passionate energy. And this is kind of where you're at right now, very determined and very focused, trying to figure out who it is exactly that you are. You may be coming to an awakening and realizing that a lot of the things that used to resonate with you just don't resonate with you anymore, and you kind of feel lost. You may be coming out of a toxic relationship, whether that be friends, family, or a significant other. You may even be recovering or of some sort, something along those lines. But whatever the case may be, you're searching and you just may not know exactly who it is that you are at this point. Things have changed for you. And when we're looking at this, there's something that we need to understand. When we are trying to figure out who it is that we are, we're never going to be able to go back to the person that we were before the trauma, before the trust issues came in, before the pain happened. And you are in a space where you get to change your mind every day. You get to change your mind about the people that you have around you. You get to change your mind about the things that you like to do. You get to change your mind about the beliefs that you have. Every day, we have this opportunity to make different decisions for ourselves. And that is something that has kind of happened to you. You've kind of been making different decisions. You're coming along, that you're realizing new things. And the thing is we are being created into the person that we are supposed to become. And you may be in this place of stagnation or stillness and not really able to see, that end person, or you might not know who you're striving to be or who your best self may be, right? The thing is like I said, we are creating, and we are in the creation phase of who we are meant to be while we are learning all of these lessons. And you don't have to exactly know right now. When we are traveling down the road of self-discovery and we are figuring out who it is that we are, it's literally trial and error. This feels good to me, this does not. When this person comes around, I get an uncomfortable vibe. I don't vibe with them anymore. It may be nothing that they have done. You have outgrown them energetically. You feel guilty about that. There's so many different factors. We are literally going after figuring out what feels good to us, what resonates with us, and leaving the rest. That's how we're figuring out who we are. That's how we figure out what we're interested in. That's how we figure out what we like, what we don't like, what type of people we want to be around, what type of people we don't want to be around, what kind of foods we like, what kind of foods we don't like. Okay, there could be things that resonated with you 10 years ago that do not resonate with you now because you have changed and you are changing. So through that, We just travel down the road of self-discovery. It's not about knowing exactly who you are right now and putting yourself in this box and saying you can never change your mind. You have to, this is who you are. This is who you were born as, and this is how you have to stay. It's not like that. You have to constantly reevaluate yourself, constantly look at who you are and make the changes to what type of person that you want to be. Once you figure that out, you may be in a place where you don't have that figured out yet. But every day when you walk through, you don't have to go at an angry, aggressive way. You can still be passionate about finding out who you are, but you don't have to put a label on it, and you don't have to know right now. If you want to figure out who it is that you are, just figure out what it is that feels good to you, what resonates and what doesn't. And that's how you figure out. There's no guidebook. There's no trick that you have to do this one thing or this one meditation or talk to spirit or your guides and they're going to tell you who it is that you are, because it doesn't work that way. Spirit is here to help us along this path because we are having a human experience, and life is nothing but lessons after lessons and experience after experience. We may be experiencing the same thing repeatedly. We may be experiencing the same lesson until we have learned that lesson repeatedly. Okay, but spirit is not going to be like, hey, this is who you are and this is what you need to do for everybody, because you are supposed to figure it out through life. That's why we're here having this experience. So no, spirit's not going to be like, look, Johnny, you are a welder and that is your path and that is who you are, but that's just a title. That is not who you are to your core. That is just the face that is put on everything. And we kind of have to drop that face value, or this is who I want to be, so this is how I want people to perceive me, so this is who I am. When we are so much more than that, and you literally cannot fit yourself in one box and saying that this is just who I am. It doesn't work that way. Like I said, we're always changing, we're always evolving, we're always changing our minds. So you have to remember that. You don't have to know who it is that you are right now, even though you may feel lost or out of place or out of sorts, and just kind of go through, take things slow and really pay attention to what resonates and what doesn't. And that is what I'm seeing for my group number ones. My group number twos, we get Symbolic Awakening, okay, the King of Pentacles, and Ogun. And what I'm seeing with this is an awakening of sorts, kind of coming to a realization or that aha moment, or maybe things may even seem like they're rearranging and you're having different beliefs, or you might be in the tower phase where things are just kind of breaking down and breaking apart. Illusions are starting to fall apart in front of you and you're starting to see things in a more clear light. And when we're looking at the King of Pentacles, we are looking at the energies of prosperity and abundance and really having worked for everything that you have. And when we're looking at this, society puts such a big deadline on things. Like if you're not successful by the time you're 35, and if you don't have if you aren't successful within your business that you have created, or you aren't in a good position at work, or you don't own your house, or all of these things, that's very King of Pentacles, very King of Pentacles energy, that if you don't have it all figured out, that you're failing at life. And you may have an awakening regarding this and realizing that that's not everything. That's just one person's idea. That doesn't have to be your idea. That doesn't have to be your reality. If you're taking things a bit slower, or if you're not fitting into the bubble of all that society has put, the picture that it has created of what your life is supposed to look like at this age, at this stage in your life, you know, how many kids you have, how many cars you have, what your house looks like, all of that. And that it's kind of time to stand up for yourself. You don't have to listen to what it is that your parents are telling you on exactly how things are supposed to look, because not everybody's life looks the same. Other people are at different stages in different ages in life, and you may be having an awakening to this, to realize I don't have to fit in your bubble. I don't have everything figured out right at this moment, But that's okay, because I'm going to figure it out and figure out how it works for me. And that's how you stand up for yourself. And you say, listen, I'll take your advice. I'll listen to it. I'll take what resonates with me. And I understand that you're trying to help me get to this place of success and get to this place of prosperity that that is mine, that I am supposed to claim. And I will get there, but I'm going to follow my own path on the road to get there. I don't have to work in this office and go to school for this many years to get to this point. I don't have to do that. I can get there on my own road. We're all on different roads and we're all on different paths. Okay? And to this message, I'm really feeling as supporting to thoughts that you may have already had, or maybe it's something that Spirit wants to scream in your face because some of your family members or some of your friends are really telling you what it is that you need to do and how you need to do it and how it needs to get done, because you're not where they think you're supposed to be. And realize that it's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to push back. It's okay to be unconventional. It's okay to not resonate with the rest. It's okay to follow down your own path. If you're working down the path and this is what you're striving for, but Spirit has called you to go down another path, or to take things a different way, or to not do things the conventional way, then that is what you're being called to do. Call in the prosperity that you want and that is yours by birthright on your own path, and stand up for yourself. Things don't have to be this pretty painted picture of structure and this is what you need to do, then this is what you need to do, and this is what you need to do. Everybody has their own path and the way that they're going down. Okay, so again, you don't have to fit into anybody's box, anybody's bubble on what you're supposed to have obtained at this point in your life, that you may be on another path. Make sure that your priorities are straight, but you're following your heart at the same time. And that is what I'm really seeing for my group number 2s, to really dive into this awakening and realizing that just because somebody has done it a certain way doesn't mean that that's the way you have to do it as well. Okay, and that is what I'm seeing for my group number 2s. For my group number 3s, we get the Pentacle, Respect, the 8 of Wands, and Goethe. And what I'm seeing with this is that you have really been setting intention or working your magic or really calling out to what it is that you want in life. You have been very determined. You've been taking a lot of steps, and a lot of fast steps, almost like running towards what it is that you want. And there's been a lot of force within this. With the 8 of Wands, there's a lot of force, action, almost like you see these little wands with within the cards on the card. And that's kind of like we're looking at the energy of bow and arrow. So we're just shooting and releasing, and it's just shooting forward. Okay, so you've really been very sharp and very clear, very determined, and almost controlling in what it is that you are trying to pull into your life. And what I'm seeing within this is that Spirit has really heard what it is that you are asking for, what it is that you have been working towards, and it's kind of time to sit in a place and just rest, to take a breather, to breathe in and just kind of, because you're in a place where you're forcing, and it's not going to come in any sooner. The more that you force and the more that you're trying to control, and the more that you're trying to set your intention on setting your intention on top of setting your intention, it's not going to come in any faster. Yes, you're telling the universe what you want. Yes, you're reinforcing what it is that you want and how bad that you want it, but you're really it's kind of consuming you, to the point where it's all that you think about. That's all that's driving you. And there's other aspects of life that you need to be enjoying too. And it's really time to kind of sit down and just take a break and take a breather. Like I said, Spirit knows what it is that you're asking for and what it is that you want to pull into your life at this moment. So go ahead. It's okay to breathe. You may feel like, oh my goodness, if I stop, if my momentum stops, then it's not going to come in for me. But that is literally just a perception or a limitation that you're putting upon yourself, okay? And to kind of just breathe within that. Sorry about that, I had an interruption. But what I'm really trying to say is to have respect for yourself and to be able to take that rest and to take that breather. Our biggest blessings a lot of times come in our moments of silence and our moments of stillness, when we don't even think that it's going to come to us. Okay, and that is when our blessings and our manifestation turns into fruition. And to really just sit on that, breathe. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to take a rest. And Spirit is really saying to you that it's time for you to take a rest. You've been working so hard. They know. It doesn't matter how loud you scream at the on top of the mountain on what it is that you're trying to work for. They see your hard work. They see your determination. They've seen your tears. Maybe it's time that maybe you call out and ask them for their help and their guidance, because they just want you to rest. They're working on the other side, but the harder you work isn't going to make things come to you any faster. Especially when we're looking at in terms of setting intention and setting manifestation. And even if you are not actively setting manifestation and doing and setting your magic and using the power of your word, and you're only using your actions and you're really just striving and going after things like boom, 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 Spirit is seeing that as well. And they're just trying to tell you you're worn out and you need to take a break. You're not going to be able to receive your blessing fully when you are exhausted. You are not going to be able to receive what they're trying to give to you when you're working so hard because you think that it's not going to come in, or you think you have to work this hard for it to come in. You may miss it completely. There may be somebody that you meet at an event that you weren't going to go to because you've been so, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. That's a connector to where you're trying to get to go, but you miss that, and you miss that opportunity because you're not even letting yourself breathe. And that is the message that I'm seeing for my group number 3s. Now, I hope that you all have gained so much clarity and so much from this video. And if you feel that you need any more clarity, please, on any of the groups that you picked, please feel free to contact me, and I will love to go into more detail if you need that. And if you feel that you need a reading specifically for yourself, then please also do not hesitate to contact me for that either. I will love to work with you. Now, everybody, please have a great day.